I consider myself living in this incubator period where I'm going to be geeking out, like looking up the safest way for my kid, and I'll pass on my cheat sheets, my crib notes, like here it is, my cliff notes. And then other, it's a partnership, it's a community. Other people will put that garden in for you, or, give you the plants.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the geek behind the scenes.
Yeah, amazing. But you're going to share these in a book.
Yes. So the book is Transforming Florida Yards, and it's on Amazon, available for pre-order. And then I have a Facebook page by the same name, Transforming Florida Yards. And basically I just post free recipes and resources and how-tos on the page.
Super awesome.
Yeah, to build that community.
Totally.
It's such a positive, sometimes sometimes you got trolls on Facebook.
Yeah,
you do.
I've been there, yeah.
But it's been so positive. I told my husband, I was like, I don't know
Yes.
how this is going to go. I might get some troll action. And honestly, it's been at least 6 months of managing this page, and I'm like, I'm really surprised I haven't had more issues. It's been pretty positive.
Wow. It's probably because you put that energy out there, right?
Hope so.
Yeah, because you're going to find a lot of trolls in this world too, a lot of negativity and stuff. But again, if we attract a community of people who,
Yes.
with a higher vibe,
Yes.
might be less so.
Yes, the trolls need to sit down to a good meal, fresh from the garden. Somebody invite them over.
That's right.
Change their life.
So they were all, speaking of, just a side note, a bunch of people were giving me issues in the comments about me, like, cutting open a coconut and do it, like, get with it, bro. You don't know what you're doing. And I'm like, all right, man. Like, and it's like, I was just thinking, man, they need some coconut water in their life.
They need some coconut water in their lives. Yes. I mean, it's been a journey for us figuring out how to open a coconut. I mean, we are not from the islands.
Again, most people wouldn't know how to do that. I was thinking, like, dude, most people don't know how to do this.
Absolutely not. They have coconuts in their yard, and they're just putting them by curbside. And then they're going and buying plastic bottles of coconut water.
It's true.
Mind-blowing.
At Costco, like, every month.
Every month. And it's like,
true.
It's free in your yard. For us, I want my kid to be able to open them, and I found this. It's essentially an impaler. It's just a dull blade. It's safe for kids. They're not going to impale themselves, only the coconut.
Yeah,
and you just
it's a tool.
Get it down on there, and you pull a lever, and it dehusks it. And once you dehusk it, my son can do it totally by himself. Once you dehusk it, you just take a culinary hammer, or one that's not too rusted. You don't want that rust in the water. And you tap, 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 tap along the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just pops open. And so my son just loves it. I mean, he loves to go hard with that hammer. So we lose some water, but,
Cool.
But you get the meat.
And he does it himself.
Oh, he does it. Well, all the kids line up. The 4-H kids will go and get their coconut.
Amazing.
And they just take turns dehusking it and then taking the hammer and opening it.
All the kids will learn how to do it in your
Yes.
class.
Yeah.
So amazing.
That's what 4-H is all about. It's free. It's open to the community. And it's
Cool.
just like, this is life. Let's do it together.
So tell us about that. What does that look like? Is it a bunch of kids different ages? Like, how does it look? What is that all about?
Sure. So, I'm creating a group that's really tailored around my son because he's mine. And so it's 5 to 10 is the age bracket that we're targeting. But, 4-H targets all ages. But 5 to 10 is sort of the range that seems to be a good fit for us right now. And kids come over, the moms come over, the moms stay on site. That's part of it because it's a family adventure. Pretty much they go home with plants all the time.
Right.
And they work on the food forest in whatever way seems to be appropriate in the moment. A couple weeks ago, the kids loved digging up Tithonia, dragging it to the wet side and building a living dam to block the water. So now that it's the dry season, we're using the Tithonia to build a little wall all along where it floods and gets erosion so that we have a swale and island. And so they loved it. They were, did this, the part of
building a dam. Who wouldn't love that?
And it's kind of destructive. They get to rip this out and it's going to root. No problem. There's no fear of be gentle with it. No, tear it apart.
Yeah.
Rip it up.
Yeah.
They love it. They love
like
it.
that,
Oh,
right?
they love that. They're just being able to have that
Mm-hmm.
that id,
Yeah.
that feral energy
Yeah. Cool. So you do different activities with them.
every week. And they do pot and they do plant, and then we do once a quarter sales. But pretty much everything's $5. So the community is super forgiving.
Wow.
You know, we're like, it's not a perfect plant, but it's a good plant and it will grow for you.
Yeah.
And the kids planted it. And then we use all that money for teachers. So up next is an art teacher who's going to teach the kids to rewrite the moringa tree story to make it a happy story. Or the Giving Tree book. They're going to rewrite it.
Oh, no
based
way.
on moringa.
That's amazing.
Because the Giving Tree book was written about a hardwood. It didn't grow back. It's a sad story.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember reading it a bunch as a kid, though.
Depressing. You're like, I love that tree. It's so sad.
It's sad. So you're making a happy one.
Not a happy story, man. You just gotta
Amazing.
don't cut down your hardwood. Cut down your moringa, and it will give you 10 times more food.
Cut your softwood.
Cut your softwood, man. Propagate it.
That's amazing.
And so it was just, you just got to tweak the story a little bit. It was like the 70s being a little depressive. Let's get it going. We're going to make this a happy story. People sometimes turn they'll turn off the radio when it's a climate change story, right? Just like my son was like, Mom, this is stressing me out. Turn it off. We don't want talks about nature to make people want to turn off. And so we're going to rewrite that story. It's a beautiful story. We're going to rewrite it and we're going to re-illustrate it. An art teacher is going to show them how to make illustrations.
Wow.
And then we'll go to our neighbors and read it. That'll be the performance.
That's amazing. I love that all the kids will write the book.
Write the book.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And then
You're very creative.
We're excited about it. The kids are excited about it. They just built a coop with one of the dads. We're trying to hire the different dads and the different moms.
At your place?
Yeah, we just spend the money on, hey, you do such and such. We'll pay you to lead the kids, and contribute to the group.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like people need money sometimes for courage, right? Because they could be offering to lead the group without us paying them. But
interesting.
it's like they need to know that in their time of need, they can turn to somebody else. That it's like people are reluctant to contribute freely because what about who's going to contribute to them freely? And so I feel like there's a time and place for money, and so
that's
giving
cool.
them that courage.
The teachers, yeah,
totally. And then we'll the next teacher lined up is on spirulina.
Cool.
How to cultivate spirulina, because some communities they have spirulina in 70% of their dishes. It's like
that's the phytonutrients you're talking about, right?
Yeah, and pound for pound, it's pretty high protein, but I don't know how much you want to slurp down.
Yeah.
Of spirulina. So it's more of a phytonutrient.
It's not very tasty.
If you grow it fresh, supposedly it has a very neutral flavor, and so you'd mix it into like guac, or you can like drizzle it as a sauce, or mix it into your pesto, or throw it in your smoothie. It has a very neutral flavor when it's fresh, and then when it dries, it gets a little bit more of that classic I'm eating seaweed type of flavor.
A teacher's coming to teach them how to do that.
Yeah, how to grow spirulina.
So cool.
And then so it's all an adventure.
Hey guys, so if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. And we'll see you in the next one.